Have you ever sat in your living room, the one that's seen birthdays, anniversaries, and long talks, and felt something was missing, a quiet distance that no words can bridge? For Mark, 72, that distance had been there for 15 years. 15 years of wanting to reach out, but feeling like something vital had slipped away. It wasn't his heart, it wasn't his mind. It was his body, his blood flow, silently changing the way he connected with his wife. I'm Dr. James. For more than 3 decades, I've sat across from men and women just like you. People who thought aging meant saying goodbye to closeness. But the truth is, intimacy doesn't disappear after 60. It just needs a little help, a gentle push, and sometimes that push comes from a place you'd never expect your wine glass. You see, certain wines hold powerful natural compounds like polyphenols, flavonoids, and resveratrol that help relax blood vessels, improve circulation, and rekindle that spark that once felt effortless. It's not about drinking more. It's about choosing wisely, finding the right kinds of wine that work with your body instead of against it. Mark's story isn't unique. Thousands of older Americans have rediscovered the warmth of touch, the joy of closeness, and the confidence that comes from feeling alive again, without pills, without complicated procedures, just with the right glass of wine. Before we dive in, I'd love to know where you're watching from. Type your city in the comments below. And if this message touches something in you today, please like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more heartfelt advice made just for you. Most people don't realize it, but the flow of blood through our bodies is like a quiet orchestra, delivering oxygen, carrying nutrients, and creating the warmth and energy that keep us feeling alive. Yet as we cross into our 60s, this orchestra starts to change. Our blood vessels, which once expanded and contracted, easily begin to stiffen. Tiny deposits build up inside, narrowing the pathways that once carried life's energy freely. This change doesn't happen overnight. It sneaks in quietly like a guest that nobody notices until one day the room feels a little colder, a little quieter. You might first notice it as cold hands or feet that never seem to warm up. Or maybe it's that strange numbness that makes a simple touch feel distant, like the body has forgotten how to respond. Some people notice a slower reaction time physically and emotionally, like it takes longer to wake up to the world around them. But here's what I want you to know. This isn't just about the body. It's about the heart, the connection that makes us human. When blood can't reach certain areas efficiently, it affects how we think, how we feel, and most importantly, how we connect with those we love. The simple act of holding hands can feel different. The warm smile you share at dinner might not reach as deeply as it used to. It's not that the feelings are gone, it's that the body can't deliver them the same way anymore. For years, I've sat across from men and women who thought they were losing their spark. They'd tell me about their worries, fatigue that felt deeper than just being tired, moments when intimacy felt more like an obligation than a gift. I'd see the sadness in their eyes when they talked about feeling disconnected, not just from their partners, but from themselves. That's why I always start by explaining this simple truth: blood flow is the key to everything. It's the hidden thread that ties together energy, vitality, and intimacy. When circulation slows, the entire fabric of our lives feels different. But here's the hopeful part: this is not a sentence, and it's not permanent. By understanding how aging affects our blood vessels, we can take gentle, natural steps to keep that orchestra playing. We can restore warmth to our hands and feet, clarity to our minds, and closeness to our relationships. Because in the end, this isn't just about health, it's about love, connection, and the deep human need to feel alive. When we think of wine, we often picture dinner parties, holiday toasts, or a quiet evening on the porch. It's a treat, a pleasure, a way to unwind. But what if I told you that beyond its familiar place at the table, wine holds a secret that could change how you feel in your own body? I'm not talking about just any wine, and I'm certainly not talking about drinking too much. Moderation is key. What I'm talking about is the power found in very specific types of wines that carry within them some of nature's most potent healing compounds. Let me introduce you to the unsung heroes hidden in the grapes themselves, polyphenols, flavonoids, and resveratrol. These aren't just fancy scientific words. They're the building blocks that help keep our blood flowing, our hearts beating, and our bodies feeling warm and alive. As we age, the simple act of circulating blood through our bodies can become a challenge. Our blood vessels, once flexible and responsive, can stiffen and narrow. This silent change affects everything from our energy levels to the spark of intimacy we feel with our partners. But these natural compounds, polyphenols, flavonoids, and resveratrol, act like gentle helpers. They help our blood vessels relax, allowing them to open up and let blood flow more freely. They reduce inflammation, which is a common culprit behind stiffness and discomfort. Most importantly, they boost the body's production of nitric oxide, a small but mighty molecule that signals blood vessels to dilate, delivering oxygen and warmth to the places that need it most. It's like giving your body a chance to breathe again, to feel that warmth in your hands, that quickened response when you reach out to someone you love. But here's the catch: not all wines carry these benefits. Some are too processed, too sweet, or too heavy in alcohol. It's not about pouring any old wine into a glass and expecting miracles. It's about choosing the right types, the ones grown and crafted in a way that preserves these precious natural compounds. I've spent years studying this with my patients, and time again, I've seen how the right wine taken thoughtfully and in moderation can help older adults feel alive, connected, and vital again. But only 4 specific types consistently deliver these results. In the next part of this video, we'll reveal what those wines are and why they might just be the secret to unlocking warmth and closeness in your golden years. Stay tuned, because this simple, natural solution could change how you experience every moment, one gentle sip at a time. I'll never forget the day Tom, a 67-year-old retiree from Michigan, sat down across from me. His eyes carried a weight, the kind that only years of feeling disconnected can bring. "Doc," he said quietly, "I didn't think I'd ever feel close to my wife again. We've been together over 40 years, but lately it's like something's missing." Tom's story is one I've heard many times, and each time it breaks my heart, because it's not that the love is gone. It's that his body had started working against him. Over time, his blood vessels had stiffened, making it harder for blood to flow freely to the places that bring warmth, response, and connection. That's when I introduced him to something both simple and powerful: Pinot Noir. Not as a magic potion, but as a gentle companion in his journey to rediscover closeness. You see, Pinot Noir isn't just a silky, elegant wine. It's nature's way of reminding us that sometimes solutions are simpler than we think. This special wine is rich in resveratrol, one of nature's most potent compounds for supporting healthy blood flow. Resveratrol helps our arteries and veins stay soft and responsive, exactly what our bodies need as we age. When blood flows freely, it carries with it not just oxygen, but warmth, energy, and a sense of aliveness that's hard to describe, but easy to feel. After a few weeks of enjoying a small glass of Pinot Noir in the evenings, always with a meal, always in moderation, Tom told me something that made my day. "I woke up and felt my feet warm again," he said. "And when my wife reached for my hand, I felt her touch like I hadn't in years." That's the quiet magic of Pinot Noir. It doesn't force a reaction like medication might. Instead, it works with your body, supporting what it's already trying to do: open up, connect, and respond. Just like the smooth flow of wine from the bottle to the glass, healthy circulation allows for a smooth flow of energy, of presence, and of love between two people. Imagine that feeling, the warmth in your hands, the gentle tingling that means your body is alive and awake. Imagine sharing that warmth with the one who's always been by your side. That's what Pinot Noir can help bring back, not just the function, but the feeling. So if you're over 60 and have been feeling a quiet distance where there used to be closeness, know this: your body still has the power to reconnect. Sometimes all it takes is a small glass of the right wine, a moment to breathe, and the willingness to invite warmth back into your life. When David, a 70-year-old Navy veteran from Virginia, walked into my office with his wife Ellen, 68, I could see the worry in their eyes. "We still love each other deeply," David said, squeezing Ellen's hand. "But lately it feels like there's a wall between us, not emotional but physical. I want to be close to her, but my body just doesn't seem to cooperate like it used to." Their story was so familiar, one I've heard from countless couples over the years. Age may bring wisdom, but it also brings changes to our bodies that we don't always see coming. Over time, the arteries that once carried life's energy, oxygen-rich blood throughout our bodies, can stiffen and narrow. This hidden change can rob us of the warmth and closeness we once took for granted. That's when I told them about Cabernet Sauvignon. Not as a miracle cure, but as a gentle ally in their journey back to each other. Cabernet Sauvignon is more than just a bold, dry red wine. It's rich in proanthocyanidins, powerful natural compounds that protect the lining of our blood vessels and keep them flexible. Think of it like oiling the hinges of a door that's grown stiff with time. When those arteries stay elastic, the heart can pump blood more easily, delivering warmth, energy, and even desire back into the places that matter most. After a few weeks of sharing a small glass of Cabernet with their light evening meal, always in moderation, David came back with a smile I hadn't seen before. "I feel the difference," he said. "I can feel her touch again. I didn't know how much I'd miss that." It's a simple shift, but an incredibly powerful one. Cabernet works gently, not like a pill that forces your body to respond, but like a friend who shows up quietly and reminds you that you're still alive. It supports both men and women by improving circulation, helping the heart work better, and opening the door for closeness to return. I always recommend enjoying Cabernet in the evening, with a light meal, maybe a salad, a bit of roasted chicken, or even some cheese and fruit. That's when its magic really shines. It relaxes, the body opens the vessels, and creates space for those small, beautiful moments of connection, a shared smile, a held hand, a quiet laugh that echoes the closeness you've always treasured. So if you felt that quiet distance creeping in, know this, it's not the end of the story. With the right steps and sometimes the right glass of wine, you can rediscover the warmth that's always been there, waiting to be invited back. I remember the first time I met Linda, a vibrant 67-year-old grandmother from Ohio. She sat across from me, her eyes shining with both hope and uncertainty. "Doctor," she said softly, "I want to feel again, not just emotionally but physically. I want to feel my husband's touch the way I used to." Linda's words struck a chord that I hear in so many older women. The desire for closeness never truly fades, but sometimes the body forgets how to respond. Age brings many gifts, but it can also bring changes that leave us feeling distant from our own skin. Cold hands reduce sensitivity, a lingering numbness that quietly grows. That's when I told Linda about something both ancient and comforting: Sangiovese. A classic Italian red wine, Sangiovese is more than just a delicious drink. It's a natural helper for the very warmth she was missing. Inside each glass lies a wealth of quercetin, a powerful antioxidant that supports healthy blood flow, not just to the heart and brain, but to the skin and those sensitive areas where closeness begins. Quercetin works like a gentle reminder to the body, saying, it's okay to open up again. By encouraging circulation, it helps bring back the tingling warmth that makes a touch feel electric. It's not just about function, it's about feeling. And that's what Linda wanted: to feel connected, present, and alive. After a few weeks of sharing a small glass of Sangiovese in the late afternoon, always with her husband by her side, Linda came back to me with tears in her eyes, but this time they were happy tears. "It's like I've come home to myself," she whispered. "I can feel his touch again. I can feel my own body again." That's the quiet power of Sangiovese. It doesn't overwhelm the body or demand an instant reaction. It works gently, supporting what's already there. The desire to feel, to connect, to be close without fear or discomfort. I always recommend enjoying Sangiovese as a shared ritual. A slow afternoon glass on the porch, a quiet conversation that lingers longer than usual. These moments are where its magic truly shines. It's about creating space to be present, to savor not just the wine, but the company, the laughter, the touch. So if you felt that warmth fading, know that it's never too late to invite it back. Sangiovese isn't just a wine, it's an invitation to return to the warmth you thought was gone and to share it with the one who matters most. Let every sip remind you closeness is always possible. Evelyn was 66, a retired teacher from Wisconsin, with a sharp wit and a heart full of memories. She'd spent her life nurturing others, her students, her children, her community. But when she sat across from me, her eyes clouded with a vulnerability she wasn't used to showing. "I love my husband," she whispered, "but something's changed. I feel disconnected from my own body." Her story is one I've heard from countless women after menopause, a quiet grief that settles in as the body changes. It's not a lack of love or even desire. It's a physical shift that leaves women feeling dry, distant, and sometimes even ashamed. The warmth that once felt natural now feels forced, and that distance can slip into the heart as well. That's when I shared with Evelyn something most people overlook: a glass of dry rosé. Not the sugary party wine, but the delicate dry rosé crafted from Grenache or Mourvedre grapes. Inside each sip lies a treasure trove of polyphenols, natural compounds that gently support circulation to sensitive tissues, easing the dryness and discomfort that can come with age. Polyphenols work quietly, encouraging blood to flow where it's needed most. They remind the body that it's okay to feel alive, to be touched, to respond. For Evelyn, it wasn't about trying to feel young again. It was about feeling like herself, present, connected, and confident. After a few weeks of enjoying a small glass of dry rosé in the early evening, always with a meal, always in moderation, Evelyn returned with a glow I hadn't seen in months. "I feel like I can breathe again," she said. "Like I'm not just here for everyone else, but for me too." That's the gift of dry rosé. It doesn't shout, it doesn't overwhelm. It gently invites the body to open up, to remember the softness that's always been there. It helps women reclaim the confidence to be close, not just with their partners, but with themselves. I always recommend savoring dry rosé, slowly sharing a quiet dinner, a conversation that drifts beyond the usual, because it's in those moments that its magic truly unfolds. It's more than just a wine. It's a reminder that the woman you've always been is still here, vibrant, deserving, and deeply worthy of connection. So if you felt that quiet distance growing between you and your body, know this: it's never too late to rediscover the gentle warmth that makes every touch, every glance feel like home. Let dry rosé remind you that closeness is a gift you can still give yourself, one sip at a time. By now you've seen how a simple glass of wine, Pinot Noir, Cabernet, Sauvignon, Sangiovese, or dry rosé can be more than just a drink. It can be a gentle invitation to reconnect, to feel warmth, and to remind yourself that you're still very much alive. But wine is just the beginning of the journey. For years, I've sat with couples like Bill and Marilyn, both in their early 70s, who felt like they were drifting apart. They thought it was just aging, that the spark naturally fades. But as they shared stories over a glass of wine, something shifted. The wine didn't magically fix everything. It simply gave them the courage to reach for each other's hand, to linger at the dinner table a little longer, to share laughter that had been missing. That's the real secret: connection grows in the small, everyday moments. A warm meal shared without rushing, a gentle touch on the arm, a conversation that doesn't end with a phone call or a screen, but with a glance that says, "I'm still here with you." It's about choosing to stay present even when the world moves fast. And yes, a glass of the right wine can help set the stage, but it's the choices you make each day that build the foundation: taking a walk together after dinner, sharing a smile even on the hard days, being open about what you need and how you feel. Pair your favorite wine with fresh, healthy meals, grilled chicken, leafy greens, or a warm bowl of soup. Let it be the bridge that brings you back to the table, to the conversations that matter. Add a little movement to your day, stretching, gardening, or even dancing in the living room. And most importantly, keep your heart open, because the best days of connection are often the ones that surprise us. You are not too old to feel love, joy, and closeness. In fact, this chapter of life may be the richest one yet, a time when you have the wisdom to appreciate each moment, the patience to build bridges, and the courage to reach for the warmth you deserve. So before you go, I'd love to know, have you tried any of these wines? Or do you have a story about finding closeness after 60 that might inspire someone else? Share it in the comments below. Your voice matters here. And if this message touched something in you today, please like this video, share it with a friend who might need it, and subscribe for more heartfelt advice designed just for you. Here's to the next glass and to the closeness it brings.